Hi Crafty Tribe! Today I'm going to show you my method on how to single crochet evenly across the top of your ribbing. So here is, I have the beginning of a beanie, and to start I used my half double crochet ribbing method. So I started with half double crochets and I worked the length of it, and then I put them together in the back to make a circle for the headband, and then I needed to do single crochets on the top right here of the ribbing, so then I could then work in the rounds to complete my hat. And so I'm just going to show you how to do the single crochet on top of your ribbing. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into this. I usually have half double crochet ribbing in a lot of my patterns, for hats especially, and then for like cuffs of garments and things like that, I use this type of ribbing a lot. And then to make things in the round, or if you just have ribbing and you're doing flat work, either way you're going to have to do a foundation row of single crochets or half double crochets, some type of foundation row at the top of your ribbing, so then you can go ahead and create the next steps. So for me, I always do single crochets, and then a lot of my patterns call for single crochet along the top as evenly as possible, is what I always say. So I'm just going to go ahead and give a little visual of how I do my single crochets and the spots that I put them in to make them as even as possible all the way around. So I chained one, and the obvious place to put it, of course, right here, this space right beside where my yarn is, that's where I always put my initial single crochet. And then there's a little bump right here that I can put an additional single crochet. And then this is when my evenly as possible part comes in, because then the same spaces are open throughout the top of the ribbing. So there's 2 rows of half double crochets. So if we look at it this way, 1 and 2, and we're working on top. So there's usually 3 spaces within those 2 rows that we can put, and that's going to work all the way throughout. So the first space being this little space right here, as that counts as 1, and then we have the big space right here. When we had chained to go to our next row, there's that gap. We can put a single crochet there, and then in the actual half double crochet stitch from that row, you can put 1 there. And those 3 spaces, as you can see, are there all the way throughout. So that's where I like to put them. So in this loop, in the chain 1 gap, and in the actual half double crochet of this row. Okay? So I'll put a single crochet there, a single crochet in the chain 1 gap, and a single crochet in the actual half double crochet from this row. And those 3 spaces, like I said, those are the 3 spaces that you see all the way around the top of the ribbing. So that's how I get my single crochets to be as even as possible. I put them in those same 3 spaces. That way I'm not doubled up on some stitches over here, or some stitches are too close over here. That way they come out as even as possible. And that's how I do it. And that method goes the same way if you're doing like single crochet ribbing, half double crochet, and double crochet. There's always a sequence of open stitches at the top here. That way you can put your foundation chain, the foundation row, on top of it. So then you can go ahead and create the rest of your pattern. So that's how I do it to make it as even as possible. And I just wanted to give a little visual for you guys, so you know, if you're getting my patterns, what I mean by single crochet as evenly as possible. Hope this helped. Enjoy, guys.